Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Alright guys, I am pooped, but I just changed the calendar and it's April 14th and it says, today's challenge is to do something that puts you outside of your comfort zone. And I actually did. I did this like movement thing, which was pretty cool, where you just move your body naturally with your eyes closed, like somebody has to watch you, observe you do it so that you don't like bang into anything. But one person watches and the other person does it, and then you switch. And I didn't expect myself to move as much as I did, but I did. So yeah, my class is over. I think I have answered all of the emails that came in. So if you've sent me an email and you don't have a response, make sure that you sent it to the right email. I've been noticing people are still sometimes typing in the wrong email. It's divineessential@gmail.com. So I know it's not the actual name, Divine Essentials. It's like a combination. But I am tired, and I wanted to just do a little check-in for you all. So we're gonna just start off with Divine Masculine Headspace. We have the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles is about being left out in the cold. It can also be about poverty. So some of these masculines, if you're dealing with somebody that you know has been like struggling with their, finances or something like that, they could be feeling the energy connected to that, but they could also just be feeling left out in the cold, either by you or by somebody in their life, or even just themselves. I'm feeling like there's this overall energy of anxiety, and the Eight of Swords coming out with it, along with the Eight of Cups. These ones all fell out together. What is this? This is the Nine of Cups. I'm like, what is this? I can't read. And Justice. All right, so the Five of Pentacles with the Eight of Swords, I'm feeling like there's just a place of anxiety. They're all up in their head thinking about something. With the Eight of Cups, though, that's about walking away. So somebody could have walked away from this masculine's energy, the masculines that I'm tuning into. And again, guys, masculine energy can be in a feminine, it can be in a woman. So, sometimes these messages can go vice versa. So if it doesn't sound like it's your masculine, it's more sounding like more like you or whatever. Just take it as it resonates. But I am feeling that whoever I'm tuning into here, this masculine energy is feeling like left out in the cold. Somebody has either walked away from them, or they may have walked away from somebody. But I feel like whatever it was like some sort of justice being served. So if you maybe had to walk away from this person, or they walked away from you, I feel like there was a contract in place for this to happen. All right. So whenever I see justice, this to me is like a karmic scale. This is something that was set in motion in the past. Before you even came here, it was some part of your experience that you both had to go through, something that you both signed up to deal with. The Nine of Cups is about being happy, though. But I feel like whatever they have lost, or whatever they feel like separated from, was something that actually made them happy. And I am seeing the High Priestess on the bottom of the deck. And I feel like this is just kind of indicating that they intuitively may have like messed up. All right. I feel like maybe they were trusting their intuition to follow themselves somewhere that maybe didn't pan out so well. Something they could have walked away from you to go towards somebody else, and maybe that person walked away from them. And so now they're feeling like sad. And that could be like the karmic scale for having done that to you, or vice versa. You could have walked away from this person, and just in that realization of loss, you could both be feeling sad. Because I feel like, even the divine feminines who walk away from their masculines are not necessarily happy, but there is this element of feeling like things have been kind of taken away, things have walked away, being all up in the head about stuff. Yeah, look at that, the Nine of Swords just fell. And I feel like it was connected to some sort of secret. And whenever I see the Moon and the High Priestess together, this can be indicating of infidelity. This can be somebody that, you know, just had some sort of secret that they weren't keeping, that they weren't telling you. They may have had somebody else that they were seeing, and that may be why they walked away from you. Or you could have started seeing somebody else, and they may be picking up on that, and so now they feel left out in the cold because you've decided to just pull yourself away so you can focus on what's going to make you happy, so you could have some justice in your life. You know, even those of you who, you know, don't have somebody that's dealing with a third party, if they're not coming towards you, you know, I know a lot of the divine feminines have been in this place of anxiety, and I feel like some of you finally chose, instead of to stay in that place of anxiety, it's not that night maybe necessarily you're walking away from the masculine, but you're walking away from being unhappy. And if that's the case, they're going to pick up on it, because if it's a divine counterpart, you know, they usually feel what's up. They may not be picking up on it correctly. They may just be feeling that you've pulled away, and they could be assuming that because you've done so, you're actually seeing somebody else, or you have some sort of secret that you're keeping from them. But I do feel that overall there's a desire to communicate. There's a desire to start some sort of new communication with the Ace of Swords. The Aces are all about new beginnings. So swords are communication, but they can also be about the mind. So for some of them, they could just be wanting to like have a new beginning within their mind. But I feel like in order for them to get there, they need to put to rest this. They need to put to rest this fear of some sort of secret. They need to get rid of this anxiety. You know, this is indicating of sleepless nights, having some like fears coming up to the surface. It could be manifesting in nightmares. It could be manifesting in just, you know, seeing things that they maybe are looking too deep into, and it's not actually what they may perceive it to be. You know, they're not trusting their intuition. I feel like whoever this is just not trusting their intuition. And I feel like the divine feminines may be going just towards something that makes them happier, which it could be just you walking away from being in this place of anxiety so that you can find some happiness in your life. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have any secrets to keep, but I do feel there's this element of them feeling that way. And for others of you, I feel like the person that we're tuning into probably had some sort of secret they were keeping from you. And when you found out about it, it brought up a lot of anxiety, and you likely decided to walk away from that because you were in this energy, and in your choice to walk out of that place so that you could manifest some happiness and justice into your life, it's actually kind of putting them into this place of feeling left out in the cold. So, you know, take it as it resonates, but overall there does seem to be a desire to communicate. So they're not taking action on it yet. We don't know what's going to come through in their action space, but they are thinking about communication. They're thinking about their happy ending in life. You know, what's going to make them happy. So if you guys were like close, if you've talked about like sharing the similar types of things, maybe you both wanted to get married and have children, I feel like those are the types of things that they're thinking about. Or they could just be thinking about that in general. Maybe you've never talked about that type of stuff, but they could be getting to this place where they're now feeling like this is what they want out of life. They just want their happy ending. And of course, it's always going to be different for everybody, but whatever their idea of a happy ending is, I feel like this is weighing on their mind, but they're kind of in this place of feeling like it's not available to them, at least not with you at this time. You know, they kind of feel like it's not available to them with you right now, and it's this element of fear. Now, for those of you who have been feeling your counterpart like wanting to come back in a more positive energy, this may not be the reading for you, but I am feeling that for those of you who've been dealing with that, like those who are like on the brink of communication, they could be in this energy of anxiety to do with that, all right? They could be up at night thinking about all of that stuff. They may actually have some secrets that they want to communicate to you, their truth about, and that could be where all of this anxiety is coming from. So it doesn't always necessarily have to be like there's some nasty thing hanging over there, but I feel like them coming back to this, bring this new communication would actually make you happy. And I feel like you guys may be sharing this. You may have both, you know, decided that you don't want to stay stuck anymore. You're both wanting a new beginning. You're both wanting to manifest that happy ending that you may have discussed about in the past. And they're getting ready to walk away from this energy of being left out in the cold. So For those of you, I feel like this is more so just them getting nervous about even having to tell you the truth about how they feel. You know, they could be thinking like, how can I tell this person how I feel after all this time apart, or all this time where they, you know, pretended like they didn't care, or maybe they just kind of, it never picked up off the ground, but now it's like it's in their mind. You know, they're thinking about it. And here's the Eight of Wands, which is about taking action and communicating. So I feel like this is heavily on this person's mind, regardless of your backstory or regardless of where you guys are at. This is something that they're wishing for with the Star. And I do think that a lot of them are trying to make their world turn around. They're thinking about, how can I turn my world around? How can I become this King of Pentacles? You know, they want to be that valuable person in your life. They want to share their love with you. And, you know, the King of Pentacles is like the warm, cuddly dad who gives you, like, support. And, like, they want to protect you. They're courageous. They're, like, dependable. They're stable. You know, they're all of the wonderful traits that comes along with that earth energy. And, you know, you could be dealing with the earth sign, but I feel like this is just them desiring to kind of have some stable roots. And I feel like something came down in their life, some sort of like judgment. They've made some sort of like judgment, because I feel like in this energy here, in the times that maybe you guys were away from each other, in the times of the anxiety, which they still feel like they're very much in, but it's more so the anxiety of coming back than, you know, anxiety of like, I've got all these secrets and like, I'm just going to keep running. I feel like they've had clarity about this light and dark stuff, like the toxic things in life and the beautiful things in life. And they don't want to be in the toxic things anymore. They've had some sort of sun come in to illuminate, to give them this idea of stepping up and turning around whatever has happened here within this connection. So I'm going to take these back and we're going to find out what they're feeling towards you in their heart. What do we got? We got the Nine of Wands, which is that like wounded energy. You know, they've been beaten up, but this is somebody that even though they've been beaten up and they've been hurt, and they got like this black eye and the energies have just been like, bleh, which goes along with what is up in their head, they're not giving up, okay? This person may be beaten down, but they don't want to give up, and it's because of that high level commitment that you have together. So like I said, that in the first thing there, it was like that contract was written long ago. So no matter what you've gone through, the pain, the ups, the downs, the backs, the forths, it was predetermined to kind of play out in the way that it did. And I know that sucks. I know that a lot of you have gone through some really, you know, horrendous situations, but you know, use your intuition too. Use that High Priestess energy. If you feel like it's just a karmic situation, don't be waiting around for it. But if at the end of the day you know it's something that's divine and it was something that made you stronger or taught you lessons, but it like ultimately wasn't detrimental to your mental health or your physical health, it was probably just like a higher level commitment that we kind of sign up to go through. And I find that, you know, those on a twin flame, starseed, lightworker, those who are like the empaths, they come in with that. They come in as a wounded healer so that they can heal, and then they can in turn turn around and help to heal others. Because once you've risen through it, you know what you need to do to overcome it, and then you start kind of spreading that wisdom and that light to other people. So I feel like basically what they're feeling inside is kind of like this intuitive knowing that even though things haven't been playing out so well, that this is something that they can't just like walk away from. Like the contract isn't over. You know, it's like that energy of like, this isn't over yet, but I got to overcome these fears so that I can come back in. And then with the Queen of Wands, again, there's this element of some of them feeling like maybe you're off exploring your sexual, passionate energy in other places. Because the Queen of Wands, you know, like in the traditional rider way, she's there with her legs spread, you know, like she's the passion one, okay? She's very sexy, she's very passionate. So I also feel like they have this desire to connect with you passionately, probably want to connect with you sexually, but there is also some of them that may be feeling like you walked away to go explore that passion other places. And I have seen there is like a mixed bag out there of all of you. Some of you are moving on, some of you are dating, some of you are still waiting for them to come back, some of you are in the process of getting ready to walk away, some of you like had them walk away and you don't know what's up. But no matter what's going on, I do feel that there is a passion here. All right. There's some of them are in that anxiety about where that passion's being shared. But also I feel like when they tune into their emotions connected to you, they're just passionate about you. And so if they have those fears, it's because they want to share that passion with you, but they're not able to. And I feel like that's going to be more so for those of you who have like just chopped it off and have walked away. They're feeling like you're exploring those passions in other places. For those of you who have that door wide open, they know that they're passionate about you and they would like to connect with you in that way. And even no matter what, they all do want to connect with you in that way, but I feel some of them are just nervous about where it's actually being brought to, if it's not, you know, knocking at their door like it used to. And then the Two of Wands is telling me that they are at this place of trying to make a decision. They don't know exactly what to do. They have the world in their hand, and in their headspace, we saw that they want to turn their world around, but, you know, it's in their ball, you know, the ball's in their court. Like I said, I'm tired. But yeah, they definitely have this ability to turn things around, but I feel like some of them just need to get out of their head and into their heart. And then we have the Page of Swords. So it's funny because it was coming out like this. I'm going to read that energy first. I'm feeling like some of them, again, feel like you've just disengaged. You're no longer checking to see like what's going on in their life. You've pulled yourself way back from looking. Like the Page of Swords is, for me, somebody that like checks up on you on social media. Can also indicate messages coming in, like communication through social media or text messages, but I feel like what they're feeling is that like that isn't happening anymore. So if in the past you were always like texting them, you're always calling them, you're always trying to like see what's up, where are you, what you doing, they feel like that's reversed, okay? Like you've taken that back. Now for those of you who haven't done that, I feel like what the thing is here is that they may want to reach out to you. They may want to check up on you to see what you're doing, but they may be fearful of what they're going to see. All right? They may be like, I don't know if I want to look because, like I said, there's those anxieties that you've moved on, you've made a decision. So like this element here too, it's like they're trying to make a decision on how to turn things around. They're trying to feel it out. But there's also this thing that when they tune into your energy, they feel like you've already made a decision. You've already moved on and you've like turn this around. You ain't looking their way anymore. And then we have the Star. So I do again feel like they're wishing that they could come towards you. All right. They feel like they would like to have some sort of communication with you. They likely would like to be very passionate with you. But here is the Seven of Cups. So again, there's a lot of illusions. And I feel like these illusions are ranging from, you know, some of you, they're seeing you as like having all these other options. Maybe they feel like you're sleeping around because Seven of Cups indicates having like multiple options or multiple offers, which even if you do, I feel like they're taking it to an extreme. So like even if you were dating a couple of people, they think that you're like the Queen of Wands with every single one of them. And then for others of you, I feel like what is happening here is that they have this passion and this desire to communicate with you. They know that it's like they need to make some sort of decision and take action towards you, but they're like keeping themselves in this place of fear, feeling like maybe they waited too long, you know, or maybe they're not good enough, or maybe this, or maybe that, especially those who maybe having issues with their finances. I feel like they are at this place where, especially with the Queen of Wands, like if you've been very passionate, like a go-getter, you're out there, you're trying to like build up your life individually, like you're doing all this work for yourself, and you've been manifesting some big changes in your energy and in your life, if they're struggling financially, or even just internally about who they are as a person, they could have some illusion going on that like, I'm not good enough for her. She could do so much better than me, or, you know, she's not going to want someone like me. Like, in coming through with the Star energy too, like you could be attracting the attention of a lot of people. So if you're attracting the attention of a lot of people, they're going to, like, some of them just have that insecurity that like they're falling down here, and that may be why they've pulled themselves back from like checking up on you or communicating with you through a message. But again, it just feels like there's a lot of illusions that they're like, they have all of these fears and these insecurities that are playing out, and they're kind of like plaguing them. And they could be having dreams too. Yeah, I feel like they're having some dreams, and it's tricking them. So the Magician came out. But I'm reading this in a couple of ways as well. I feel like some of them want to change. Some of them are tricking themselves. And some of them have already changed. And so when they come back to you, they're going to be a little bit different than they were in the past. It may be that you get that wish fulfillment with this person. But, you know, ultimately, I just feel that there is a desire to change and to kind of transmute whatever has happened within the connection. But they're also, some of them are looking at you as if you're the one that changed, okay? They feel like you've changed, you're going after your wishes, you've got all these other options, you could do, you know, so much better, you're no longer looking at their way, you know, you've made your decision to embody that Queen of Wands, you've taken that next level commitment to yourself, and you've given up on them, basically, is some of that energy coming through. And with the Moon on the bottom, I feel like a lot of it is because maybe there was some sort of secret that you uncovered, or they have a bunch of secrets that they haven't given you that full detail on. And so some of them could even be feeling like when they come back to give you that communication that they're thinking about, to tell you the truth about these things, they may feel that you're going to be like, you know what, bye, you know, like, I'm all set. I feel like that's a big fear for them as well. And I am seeing the King of Wands, so this is likely like somebody that you're meant to be with, okay? This is probably your equal. And so all of those fears that they have going in their head about you maybe having all these other options that are better suited for you, or you not wanting them anymore, or whatever, like, I don't have enough, I'm not good enough, blah, 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 blah. All of these things, I feel like at the end of the day, you both have the same passion and drive in life. You both have the same desires for things in life. You're both on a spiritual connection, and you're freaking drawn to each other like little magnets. And the sex between the two of you is probably phenomenal. So I do feel like you guys are meant to be together. They just kind of need to get out of their head, because their head is impacting their emotions. Yeah, look, you need to get out of these troubles. So Divine Feminine, if you've been like thinking this stuff too, if you've been juggling back and forth between all of these fears and insecurities, try to stop, you know, see yourself moving on out of these troubles. But even in this, I feel like because they may have juggled you in the past, or they may have like juggled around with like the fact that you weren't going to walk away, or that they could, you know, do some of the things that they were doing, because this is all about juggling. I feel like whatever they were juggling in the past, they're now like learning that that didn't pan out too well for them. Like the foundation's kind of blown up in smoke. Something that they once thought was going to be, you know, there's no way that this person's ever going to move on. Some of them are now feeling like you've moved on. But what I feel like the message from Spirit is if you are, either of them are in that headspace or in these emotions, the best thing for you to do is really just stay true to who you are. You know, don't make yourself look beat down to another level on the pegboard just to make somebody else comfortable, but make sure that you're not in those places of anxiety. Like, get yourself out of that mindset, get yourself out of that energy. Just keep doing you, and you don't have anything to prove to anybody, but, you know, help yourself to heal, help yourself to get out of that place. And I know, like, some of you may want to be like, well, let me show them that, you know, I'm still here for them, or let me do this, or let me do that. Wherever you are right now, if you chose to go there for a reason, stay there and let them come up to meet you. Don't go back into this energy, because if you go back too soon, you might get back into that energy of rejection, where that stable foundation that they think that they had, you know, comes back around. They may go back into old behaviors. So let them heal, because they clearly have some things that need to get worked through, all right? And whatever secrets and things that may have been there that could have led you to this time, you know, you want to make sure that you're just focusing on your own dreams coming true and your own wishes, so that when you attract this person back, they're in that King of Pentacles energy. You don't want them coming back before they're there. You don't want them like having some sort of, you know, realization like, oh, I can treat her shitty and it's gonna be fine. Okay, so keep growing, keep planting those seeds, and that's going to lead you to your new beginning of love, you know. And for some of you, I know it is new love coming in, and for some of you it's this person coming back around because they are your true soulmate or twin flame. But for others of you, I feel like you are now attracting your true person in, and for others, you're maybe, you know, just going to connect with a soulmate while your twin gets their stuff together, so the next time they come around, they're going to speak the truth. King of Swords. Okay, so wait till they can get to that place. Wait till their mind is right. Wait till their energy is right, and then let them come to you with their truth. Okay, so that Wheel of Fortune comes in and things start becoming more abundant. But if you go into the past, or if you start knocking yourself down a level, or you start trying to, you know, do whatever it is that, because whatever it is that you're doing right now is obviously working. So just keep doing what you're doing, keep focusing on you, keep moving on forward. Don't go backwards. Don't, you know, revert yourself back, because that's when you attract in the Knight of Wands. And I do feel like this is saying there is a Knight of Wands energy here, where it's, again, somebody that's not going to give up. This type of passion doesn't go away. This type of passion isn't going to be like forgotten about. No matter how much anxiety is there, at some point they're going to take that leap of faith. But you want them to take the leap of faith into partnership and union, the Four of Wands. You want your lover. You don't want more indecisiveness. You don't want them to come in and, you know, get a little bit of the taste of their energy and then go back into this place of heartbreak. You want somebody that's not going to have third parties and karmic devil energy around. You want the person that's in this energy that's not giving up on you, because they know that you love them and they feel that intuitively within them that you're their empress. So if you were that Queen of Swords, let them feel the judgment of it. Let them come to their own clarity, so that the next new beginning is one of, you know, value, one where like there's a lot of love coming in, so that you don't go back into this Three of Swords energy. And for others of you, you know, just get creative where you're at right now. Like, keep moving forward. Get yourself out of that energy. Turn your own world around. Because if you're in this energy of feeling left out in the cold, you're going to be rippling that to them. So the two of you in that energy doesn't do anything good. Temperance is needed. Healing is needed. Balance is needed, so that you can have a passionate new beginning. And regardless, I feel like all of you are going to get that passionate new beginning. But you all have to stay in that energy of the Queen of Pentacles. Somebody that knows their value and their worth is somebody that's going to attract the love offer from the person that is ready to start building the tower back up. Not somebody that wants to come in and do more destruction, or make you feel like you've been defeated, or that, you know, this is going to be over for the rest of your life. You want somebody that's going to bring you the happiness, and you want your King of Cups to go with that Queen of Cups. So let's just see what type of action may be taken. Let me do what type of action may be taken from the masculines who are, let's say, all right, let's say that you're in a connection and they're the one that walked away from you. Let's see what type of action they're going to take. We have the Page of Swords. So if you like had a masculine that walked away from you at some point, but you've been feeling their energy coming back in, I feel like they're in this energy of just observing. All right. So this is likely the energy, this is the actions that they're going to take for now. They're going to keep observing you, but I feel like your wishes will start to be manifested. All right. So get, like I said, get creative in what you're doing to heal your own heart. All right. Keep working on that, because you may be this one that's feeling all beaten and bruised, but so are they, because I feel like they may have ran from you from the intensity of it. They may have looked at you in this energy of like, you know, she deserves better, or she's beautiful, or she's, you know, I don't know if I have enough. Like, I feel like these are the ones that maybe some of them could be struggling financially. Some of them could have went through some traumatic relationships. They could have been married and had a divorce. You know, there's all different ways of looking at it, but if they are the one that pulled themselves away from you, just know that they are looking at you and watching you. And I feel like what the problem was that there was too much intensity. So you need to stay in this energy of like healing the wound from that, but know that they're in their own wounds, okay? They've been beaten up from it, because as much as they want to like let go of it, because they feel like if they were to come to you, you're going to destroy their heart if you were to ever leave them, like say maybe their ex did, or maybe their parents when they were a child. Like, there's so many ways that this can be manifested, but I feel like it's a fear of rejection because of the intensity of how much like they see within you. They feel like they don't deserve that. But I do think that they're going to get creative in healing the heartache that they've gone through with their past connections. So whoever broke their heart, they've got to heal that. And because they broke your heart, you've got to heal that. And when that happens, they'll come out of this energy of just observing, and they'll come towards you for justice. So I feel like those of you who are dealing with that, you will have justice served at some point within your connection. Yeah, like there's been a lot of like trickery here, okay? And I feel like it wasn't from you to them. I feel like they may have tricked you, but it was because they were tricking themselves. They just weren't in a place where they were healed. So they may have came to you too soon after something, and then they went back and they go back and forth, whatever. Like, there's all different people out there that are dealing with this stuff. But if at the end of the day, you know that there was like no real reason for them to just put an end to it, but they did, they just ghosted you, they disappeared, they got to heal that stuff, because that's something up inside of their head that's making them fearful of it. But you will get your 10 of Cups, okay? You will get your happy ending with this partnership, and you will get a new beginning with a lot of passion. All right, and the Knight of Pentacles is on the bottom of the deck here, so it's like telling me that they are slowly moving towards that. Now, let's say you're dealing with somebody who you had to end up walking away from them, all right? Say that you guys were just, they were hurting your heart too much. Let's see what their actions will be. We have the Four of Wands, followed by death. So I feel like this person is going through some sort of transformation. And again, there's a lot of passion that's kind of igniting this. But I feel like there's been a lot of healing with the Four of Wands. When this Queen of Swords maybe cut this person out, that made them look at whatever wasn't working. All right. So maybe in the past, it wasn't, their attention was never brought to anything, because they never realized an issue, because maybe you never stood up for yourself. You always let them kind of walk all over you, or you were just always there. I feel like this person had some sort of awakening happen, or is in the process of awakening to the fact that they can't, come at you like they did in the past. And that for some of them, I feel they may feel like you don't even want them to come back at all. They feel like you've gone off into other places. But I do think that this has ignited a passion inside of them to kind of want to come back around for union. So I do think that this person sees you as the Empress now. They see you as somebody that maybe they didn't realize before, because I'm sure they got a taste of your Queen of Cups energy. They probably got a taste of your Queen of Wands energy. And they probably did see the value in you as a person. If you were always trying to be nice to them and help them out and do whatever, they probably saw you as a Queen of Pentacles. But I don't think they ever saw you coming in this energy, all right? Queen of Swords was a surprise, but it was a surprise that has led to the death and the rebirth. It led to the healing so that this Empress could be born, all right? So that you could finally embody all of it and trusting your intuition. And is the love still there? Of course it is. You still love this person. But you were beaten to the point where you couldn't deal with the karmics, you couldn't deal with the third parties. You just needed to go off and manifest your own happy ending. And I feel like, again, this person's passion is strong, and they do want to manifest that with you. So you're going to be getting your leap of faith within this partnership as well. But it's going to be one where you're moving out of, troubled times into smoother waters. So, yeah, it looks like you guys have some pretty good energies coming through. Yeah, a lot of you, I feel, are going to be getting an Emperor, the person that's ready to be there with the Empress. So that's a beautiful thing. Let me see. We'll just do a quick check-in for Divine Feminine. So how's Divine Feminine's head? She has the King of Cups. So I feel like Divine Feminine is thinking about her counterpart with love. She may even be thinking about how much love she could be feeling from him right now. If you're feeling them, sending their love and their energy towards you, or you could even be picking up on their anxiety, and that's intuitively picking you into this place of like, let me send them love. Whenever stuff starts manifesting in you that isn't coming from you, and you're like, why do I feel this way? It's usually a clear indication it could be coming from them. But I feel like overall, Divine Feminine is thinking about the love of her masculine, and you could be intuitively picking up on this shift within their energy towards you. And then we have the King of Wands, so you are mirroring them in that way, where you're thinking about them in a passionate way. You could be thinking about connecting with them sexually. But I think at the end of the day, you still want your loyal companion. You feel this passion for them, but you don't really want to just be like their booty call. You don't want to be somebody that they just hit it and quit it. You don't want to be I'm not going to go through all of them. But basically, you know what I'm saying. Divine Feminine is thinking like she's got this passion, but I think the passion's also in her own life. She's taken this commitment to herself. She's manifesting her own pentacles, and she's feeling a little bit better about who she is and what she has to offer. And I feel like whatever rejection you may have experienced in this has now reversed, all right? So I'm not saying necessarily you rejected them, but I feel like you just gotten over the rejection. Or if you haven't gotten over this, you're well on your way, because this passion is ignited inside of you. You know that they love you. You know that this energy is there. It's like sometimes you may get triggered. You may start to like doubt it. But when you go back through all the times and all the details, all the ways that this has come together time and time again, at the end of the day, you know that the rejection isn't you, okay? It's just something that they do because they don't know how to stay yet. But you're going to stay strong with your energy, and I feel like you're going to manifest your 10 of Pentacles because a lot of you have been in that 9 of Pentacle energy. You know where you want, what you want, and I think a lot of you are well on your way to getting that, and some of you are about to get new communication from your lover. So if you're on a twin flame soulmate journey, you know, and you're resonating with these messages, I feel like this rejection has turned around and you may get some new communication of truth from your counterpart. And that's going to, you know, lead to balance. The 6 of Pentacles is all about balance, and that's what's needed in a twin flame dynamic so that you can have union. And I think a lot of you are intuitively picking that up. So let's see how Divine Feminine feels towards her masculine. We have the 6 of Pentacles. So you're balancing things out. And we have the 4 of Pentacles too, which is about the foundation. So when you think about your masculine, I feel like you think that they are trying to balance out their foundation. You know, you can maybe even feel their emotions trying to make these decisions. But like I said earlier, Divine Masculine was feeling that some of the feminines were making their own minds. And I think some of them are fearful that you took a choice to work on your own foundation and balance your own life out without them. But I feel like in your energy, it's more so you did choose yourself, but that doesn't mean you wouldn't turn the world a little bit to let them back on. But you're just not going back into this 7 of Swords energy. You don't want to be tricked. You don't want to be lied to. You don't want to be manipulated. Yeah, you don't want to carry these burdens anymore. And I feel like in your emotional space, I mean, you look like you're doing really good in the head space, but when you get into the emotional space, you guys could be feeling this way. I feel like some moments you may be like, yes, everything's great, and really working on that passion and that drive. But in the next moment, you may have a little bit of energetic burdens and some doubts, some insecurities. Like I said, you guys are mirrors. So if they're fucking like up in their head thinking the worst, that will translate into your emotional body. So make sure you're doing healing and cleansing and getting yourself out there, making that decision to turn your world into a good place. You know, focus on your foundation regardless of what's going on externally within the connection. Trust your intuition to receive the messages that are in alignment for you from your soul more so than anything else. And make sure you're breaking out of these like anxieties or these feelings of being stuck or hopeless. Like none of you are stuck. None of you are bound to this in any way where you can't go live your life and manifest happiness. And I feel like a lot of you are fearful. Like you feel them. You may feel like they want to communicate, but you may be fearful that you're going to get another Knight of Wands. And you're wanting this King of Swords. You're wanting this person that's going to speak their truth. And I think that's what you're wishing for because that's what you love. You want their truth. You know who they are at their core. You know who they are at their soul level. You see them beyond their ego, and you just want them to see them beyond their ego. You want them to see the potential that they have inside of them to transform this, to put a death to things that haven't been serving them emotionally, physically, or mentally, and you want a new beginning of value. So let's see what actions Divine Feminine may be taking. We have the 3 of Cups, but it did jump out upside down in reverse. So I feel like what this is even if your person is in a third-party situation or there's some sort of karmic element, you're not letting it hold you back anymore. It's like you're not even focused on it. It's like that's behind you because at the end of the day, you know it's not going to work out. You know whatever they're doing is just going to phase out like it always has. Or if they're there and they've like connected with you while they were there, you know that they're obviously not happy there. So if they were happy there, they wouldn't be, you know, hitting you up with the Knight of Wands energy because people who are satisfied don't do that, right? So I feel like ultimately you're getting to that place. So if you're not already there where you're like confident about the fact that there's a third party or there was or there, you know, may be, you may not even know, I feel like those fears are going to be put behind you. And like I said, you're just building your pentacles up. You're focusing on your foundation. You're healing. And you've allowed yourself to grow. And for some of you, I do feel that you may be putting an end. So if you're already married or something like that, you could be putting an end to your own third-party situations. You could be getting... You could also be dating. I feel like for some of you, it could be in the right side up where you're actually choosing to, you know, date and start your own energy stuff. But with the Page of Cups Yeah, there could be some of you making love offers or receiving love offers from somebody in the physical, or you could just be giving yourself that offer of love, but it's kind of like it still needs to grow because it's a page energy. So again, if you are dating or if you are entertaining the idea, I feel like it's at that page level because it's never going to be the intensity of your counterpart. You're never going to have love like that again. You know what I mean? Like, you know that inside. Like, you're not going to have another twin flame in the physical. The soulmate ones, you can, manifest more of those. But I feel like what this is saying is that for those of you who are starting to go into third-party situations, you kind of just know intuitively that it may not go anywhere long-term, or it may just be some sort of partnership that you need in your life to help you to work through the woundedness and the broken hearts that you've had. But ultimately, you're probably going to dump them out and justice will be served. So, I think, and again, everybody's on different places here. Like for me, I was in a 10-year karmic relationship, and before that I had other karmic relationships. And I know that, I mean, even when I was with those people, when I was with that person, like, who asked me to marry him, I always knew that I wouldn't. Like, he had got me a tattoo at one point, and I got it in a way so that I could fill it in later, because I knew, like, it wasn't going to work out. And I just always had that knowing. I always had that knowing with all of the people that I was with, that it was never going to be the one. But I feel like, Divine Feminine, you may have that kind of knowing. And so you may be dumping things out already, or you may be, getting some new offers and just getting ready to dump them out in the end. But ultimately, I do think you'll embody your Empress energy. And like I said, a lot of you will be receiving new communication. So if you're already in that Empress energy, if you've already dumped out your karmic situations, if you know they've dumped out their karmic situations, you've done your healing work, justice is right around the corner. I feel like those of you, you're gonna reach your place, all right? This energy of rejection is over. And maybe some of you will even reject them. So if they're still in these third-party situations, you may be the one that rejects them. Because if they're not coming with unconditional love and strength for you, you don't want more of that conflict. So you may choose to walk away into the sun, all right? Into that clarity of understanding that you deserve a beautiful new beginning of love and of value. You're not going to wear this blindfold when you make your decisions in regards to this person anymore, because it's always left you with your scale not really balanced. It's always left you feeling shitty. But I think regardless, you're putting yourself into this place really quickly, and you're healing, all right? You're becoming that Queen of Pentacles, that Empress energy, and you're manifesting your lover. You're manifesting that choice within your partnership. So, like I said, a lot of you will be having your 10 of Cups. So I hope that this assists you. If it did, you can hit the like. If it didn't, you can hit the dislike. Either way, it helps me out. Like I said, I think I did get everybody's emails done. I will be working on private readings tomorrow. Very tired. 2 full days of activations always kind of wears me out. But thank you so much, everybody. I haven't had a chance to go through all the comments and stuff on the channel recently. And now that the Divine Essentials channel has picked up so much, I don't know, I'm having a hard time getting back and forth between the both. I think there's 20,000 views on one of the readings I did recently, so I have to go to that one and check on that one too, because I want to say thank you to everybody over there. Oh, and then I had somebody ask me, I can do readings for anything. So anything I'm doing over on that channel, anything basically whatever you want to know, I can get you the answers. So it doesn't always have to be about love, and I actually prefer to not do it about love. That's why I got the other channel going, because I'm hoping to kind of balance things out and do some here and some there. But yeah, the whole love reading thing is great, but I don't mind taking breaks. So thank you very much, everybody. I am on a 2-week wait, so if you would like one, just look down below. All that information is down there. And if you would like to donate, there is a link. If you'd like to send a deck, there is a link. And if anybody wants to send wiener treats or wiener toys, there's a link down there too for that. Somebody had requested recently to add a wish list for the wiener puppies, so I have done that. All right, so thank you, in Mune, namaste.